What's up, guys? This is the Gospel According to Mark with a C. He is I, and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you exactly what's on my mind. Thank you for joining me once again, my friends. I hope all is well with you. Now, guys, we're going to dive into this Dean Cain controversy that's going on right now on social media. But first, as usual, I want to give my props to you, the viewers, and I want to thank you all for your support. I want to thank you for your likes, your shares, subscribing, also the people who are commenting. I really love going through your comments, and of course, everybody who contributes through the Cash App that's in the pinned comment below or the Super Thanks feature on all of my videos. I really do appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. All right, now on to the topic of the video. I want to talk about what's been going on with Dean Cain. Now, if you follow Dean Cain on Twitter or X or whatever it's called, you might have noticed that Dean Cain has been going through it for about the last 48 hours or so because of a post he made regarding the national anthem. Now, a lot of people are upset, or at least a little bit bothered, by the fact that it seems that at the beginning of all of these football games recently, I say in the last couple of years or so, they have been going out of their way to specifically sing the so-called Black National Anthem before the actual national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner. A lot of people wonder, why do we have to do this? This is one country. We are one people. You don't see them singing a national anthem for every specific race or culture or religion of people. Why should you specifically be singing a Black national anthem? So it's in that spirit, I believe, that Dean Cain made the following post on X. And Dean Cain goes on to say, there is no Black national anthem. There is no Asian national anthem. There is only the national anthem with 4 American flag emojis underneath it. So he is specifically reminding everybody, we'll get into this in a minute. I know what some of you are thinking here, but he's saying to people, there is no Black national anthem. There's no Asian national anthem. I'm pretty sure he's specifically saying Asian national anthem because he is, in fact, part Asian. So he's saying there's no national anthem for my people either. There's only the national anthem. Now, I should say right here, too, I met Mr. Cain probably about 2 months ago on Flashcast. I had a great conversation with him. I was part of the panel, and he gave me some advice to give to my son regarding playing football because, of course, he did play for the NFL back in the day, which might also contribute to how he feels about this particular topic. But I found him to be agreeable, pleasant, respectful. So it's a shame that he is being now perceived the way that he is. And I'm sure some people are going to try to cancel him over this, whether they do or not. I don't know. I don't partake in that particular branch of the culture. That whole cancellation thing is I don't know, it's bitch made to me. But anyway, let's scroll down to some of the comments that Dean Cain is getting in response to his original tweet. And I'm not going to get into the names here, guys, because I'm bad with names anyway. But let's get into some of the comments. We already know how you get down. You showed us that decades ago on A Different World, what you truly believe. So this post comes as no shock. Being a tether and not knowing our Black history on this land still isn't going to make you one of, quote, them, ever, with a shrugging emoji. All right, being a tether. I believe that the first person I heard use that was Tariq Nasheed. A tether is what a lot of these pro-blacks call non-blacks who line up with white people or conservatives' views. You're tethering yourself to them. I think that's the meaning of what they're trying to say there. So they're calling him, as a non-white person, a part Asian person, a tether, and not knowing our Black history still isn't going to make you one of them. That's a stretch right there because what they're talking about is there's a clip of him when he started on A Different World, probably more than about 30, maybe 40 years ago, where he is playing a role as a racist college student. Okay, so he's actually acting. He's saying the words that I'm pretty sure Black people put into his mouth. I'm pretty sure Black people wrote the script for that because, of course, A Different World was predominantly run by people of color, by Black people. So he was acting this role. He was hired by Black people to play this role, and they're using that as proof that he is racist or has racist roots. Guys, we can do better than that. That is embarrassing, especially coming from the person who wrote it, because I actually know this person. They're a content creator. For you to be taking that stance, I mean, I have always given you your respect and consideration as being a very intelligent person, and to go that far, to reach that far, is just it's embarrassing. Going on. And there is only one Superman, and you aren't it. With 4 explanation points. I'm sure that Dean Cain's going to lose a lot of sleep over that. Oh dear, what you're not going to do is erase history. The Black National Anthem became such prior to the National Anthem. And of course, there is some truth to that. The Black National Anthem, I believe, let me just see this real quick. The Black National Anthem premiered in 1900, okay? And it was adopted as the Negro National Anthem in 1917 by the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. So the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People adopted the Negro National Anthem, which later became the Black National Anthem. That's 3 different designations for one people. It's no wonder we're so confused on these issues. But anyway, the point is that it was premiered in 1900. Now, the actual Star Spangled Banner was written almost 100 years before that, in 1814. Now, it wasn't adopted as the national anthem for the United States until 1931. So you can say that it was adopted as the Negro National Anthem before the Star Spangled Banner was adopted as the national anthem. Okay, but the thing is here, and this is what I'm always talking about, because people chose to throw the word Negro on it, or later on Black on it, then it no longer speaks for everybody. So it's an unfair comparison. The national anthem was, or the Star Spangled Banner was adopted as the national anthem for all of America. Now you can say that there were racist lyrics in there and all of that. When you look at the longer version of the Star Spangled Banner, you can see some of that. There's references to slavery and things like that. But I mean, this is the history of America. We also have a history of abolishing slavery too. So pick your, what you're going to associate with. I mean, anyway, let's go on. Let's see. It says here, there is, and it existed before the Star Spangled Banner was officially named an anthem, what they hide in school. Okay, so what they're saying is that, unfortunately, what Dean Cain did was he said there is no Black national anthem, as if it's a matter of fact that there is no Black national anthem, when of course there is a Black national anthem. And I think that's what at least some of these people are objecting to. All right, what he's talking about, if I'm understanding him correctly, and we do have to try to understand people, is that what he's saying is there should be no designation as far as like at the beginning of games. There should just be one that is played. Lift Every Voice and Sing was the national anthem before the Star Spangled Banner. Okay, so they're all making this point. Let's see. I don't pray, but I'm respectful to those who do during moments of prayer or silence. Why do you have to be a dick about it? And when did you become such an asshole? You didn't seem so bad when I first met you after Princeton. And this is a white guy who's making that comment. Says the guy with no career. The national anthem talks about enslaving people. Black people should stand up for that. Okay, let me just say here, we fought for inclusion in this country. We fought for citizenship. We fought for the right to vote. We fought for the right to pursue happiness. We fought for the American dream. When I think about the Star Spangled Banner, I think about my grandfather and how he always stood for it. He always saluted it. He was a World War II veteran. I think about the Tuskegee Airmen. I met quite a few of them over the years, and how they would always stand for it and they would always salute the flag and all of this stuff. This is what we fought for, guys. Now, I used to be, when I was much younger, I think you guys heard me say before, every black person in this country, just about, is born on the default setting of Democrat or the left. Of course, as you go through life, you have to get educated and you have to realize and learn a little bit more the nuance of all of this. So as I got to be older and I started looking at what the old heads were doing, like my grandfather and, the Tuskegee Airmen and other, like older brothers that I met, who actually fought for this country. My father was in the Air Force as well. When I think about that, I understand what our investment is here, as far as the dream that they fought for. And it wasn't for nothing. It's like a lot of us did progress. That's what we forget. Slavery was abolished. All of the injustices that were done here that is a matter of fact in American history, this was history that we had to come through. I don't think that there's any other country on earth that didn't have to go through similar things, who maybe haven't come as far as we have. So we have to remember that. We have to be proud of the country that we're in, because we have made these progressions. You know, we can't always stay. It's kind of like when you do something wrong to somebody, right? You get, fellas out there, you get in, or ladies, you get into an argument with your girl. Ladies, you get into an argument with your dude. And, you think that you made up, but every time you get into it, they keep bringing up the past. They just keep rubbing your face in it. They will not let you forget it. They will not forgive you. Like, what happens to a relationship like that? Where does it go? You know, it goes nowhere. It's counterproductive, you know? So you got to look at it like that. It's like, how long do you hold on to these things? It happened. All right. And we can't change it. It was terrible. Some of the things that were done in America, as far as black people were concerned, but you see this all over the world. There were injustices done everywhere. It's just a matter of what those people will do to learn from it, to move on from it, to pick yourself up from it, you know, and do something that's positive, you know. But okay, moving on real quick. People hear or see the word black and automatically hate it, then insinuate that it isn't American when it's part of American history and culture. Educate yourself on American history, the good and the bad, before speaking on things that you don't understand. All right, so this person is saying when people hear or see the word black, they automatically hate it, which is the reason why I keep saying that black people won't make any significant and long-lasting progression until we start identifying ourselves as humans to ourselves before black. You can still be black, you can still be proud of who you are, but you have to understand the importance of identifying yourself as a human being that's entitled to all the considerations of humans and human rights. To me, that's the most righteous outrage that comes from that, a violation of human rights. Because as this person says, that when they see the word black, they automatically hate it or resentful of it. And I believe that's by design, especially today. Let's see. Except you're wrong. I don't know why it would bother anyone that there is. They're talking about a black national anthem. Dean Cain says, I'm not wrong. All right, so, all right, one more. The next person says there's a black national anthem. It's called Lift Every Voice and Sing, and it predates America's anthem. Black Americans have been singing this in our churches for a very long time. Dean Cain says, yes, the song exists, and yes, it's been sung in churches for a long time, and that's great. Okay, for my part, guys, I understand the emotional response that this is getting. People are taking this to mean that he is lashing out at the very existence of the song. But as he says here, which is a great place to end these comments on, he's acknowledging that the song does exist. Unfortunately, the initial tweet that he made triggered a lot of people because he just said, as like it was a matter of fact, that the black national anthem does not exist when it does in fact exist. The question is whether it's appropriate to play it before these sporting events the way that they do before the actual mainstream national anthem. All right, so that would be the question. And I believe that maybe when you talk about having a special national anthem, like personally, something that is so personal to me, I don't want to force on everybody else because it's not going to mean to them what it might mean to me. You know, if I have a favorite song and a lot of people just don't like it, why would I want other people to get to hear this? So they would just keep bashing it, and it's just making me crazy because this is a song that I love. For example, I do not like Beyonce's music. Might be a wonderful person, you know, a beautiful witch that she is. Anyway, I don't like Beyonce's music, right? If they played that before every sporting event, it would drive me crazy. All right. And there's something else you should consider too, guys, before I wrap this thing up. We are setting a precedent here where, let's say, for example, a member of our LGBTQ community, something terrible happens to them. In remembrance of that, now we're going to start listening to LGBTQ plus anthems before every sporting event. How would you guys feel about that? I'm talking to black people specifically. Now we got to listen to LGBTQ plus anthems before every sporting event as a memory or honoring to our fallen LGBTQ people in this country who maybe were victims of hate crimes. You know, there's nothing wrong with the fact that the song exists. There's nothing wrong with the fact that it means so much to different people. That's fine. The question is, do you put that on everybody? Do you force that on everybody who might not share that passion? And if they don't share that passion, does that automatically make them a terrible, racist, bigoted person at a public sporting event? Like, by all means, sing it in your churches, sing it at your specific functions. But to bring it out when you have everybody together, which is what these sporting events are supposed to do. They're supposed to bring everybody together. This is supposed to be the United States. There's a uniting that goes on here. Then it might be problematic. That's all I'm saying. And it's unfortunate that, as usual, we've taken this as a opportunity to sling mud and to fight and to not even really understand what's really being said here. But that is my take on all of this. It's unfortunate, like I said before, that we always have to go this route. You guys can get in the comment section and let me know what you think about all of this. And try to keep it respectful, guys. This is what I do on this channel. This is not a opportunity or an invitation to open up the floodgates of bickering and all of that stuff. I mean, I don't want to see that, guys, and nobody wants to see that. So we're talking about just trying to understand and trying to figure out how to clear up the understanding when it comes to things like this. Because believe it or not, there are people who are pulling the strings on all of this. There are people who are doing this on purpose to separate us. I think we all understand that on some level. So let's stop being so damn easy. All right, guys, as usual, you can get in the comment section. You can like, you can share, you can subscribe. Thank you guys for commenting. And thank you, of course, for donating to the Cash App and the super thanks that's down underneath every video. I will catch you on the next one, guys. This is The Gospel According to Mark with a C. Rock on.